Hello everyone, welcome to POC TV. Today we are going to see about the Python Pandas chart visualization. The objective of this proof of concept is to understand more techniques for chart visualization in Python Pandas. In the last session, we have seen some bar plots mechanism. In this session, we'll be talking about histograms. We're going to load some required libraries, and then we will see some terminologies explanations, histograms basic, histograms stacked, histograms horizontal, and histograms multiple. These are the four types we're going to see today. From the last session, you might have seen there are a bunch of plotting mechanism we have used, starting with terminologies and explanations. I have added a couple of more terminologies. Alpha is used to set the opacity of the solid colors used in graph. You can issue various values between zero point 0.1 starting with and then until 1 you can go. Usually people use zero point 0.5 for a standard mild color. If you want pretty dark, you can use 1. Diff of function is used to calculate the difference between values in an array. And binning is a way to group a number of more or less continuous values into a smaller number of bins. For example, if you have a data about a group of people, you might want to arrange their ages into a smaller number of age intervals. These are some terminologies we will be talking about today. Moving to our histograms. So we're going to start with the histogram basic. So I'm plotting the basic histogram here. I'm using a variable data4 and then pandas dot data frame of. So inside the data frame, I'm using 3 B O G, B for blue and O for orange and G for green, representing in that way. And numpy dot, I'm using a random function. I'm passing 1000. Same way, I'm passing another value for the +1. And then for orange, I'm stating the random function 1000. And then for green, I'm saying -1. So it's +1 to -1 and in the middle. In terms of columns, I am defining blue, orange, and green. I'm plotting the figure of, then I'm using the dat_f4 variable plot.histogram of alpha for the opacity, starting with 0.5. So it will be mild color to start with. So executing this function, so you can see now the histogram is plotted. It's pretty basic. You can see the frequency 0 to 350 on the y-axis, and the x-axis you can see a median 0 and then -2 -4 and +2 +4. So with the random function, it is plotting the histogram with blue, orange, and green. Now we're going to see the histogram in a stacked fashion. So I'm plotting the histogram stacked. I'm plotting the figure of using the dat_f4 variable plot.histogram of. I'm passing another value inside, like stacked equal to true and bins equal to 20. So it's basically a binning. So if I execute this, you'll see it's the same histogram, but you can see it is in the stacked fashion. So if you say histogram stacked equal to false, you'll see the difference. See something similar to the previous one. So making this true. So you can see now it is stacked. At the same time, if you see the alpha function, which we were talking about the opacity, this might be little mild or pale for some eyes. So if you want to increase, so you can increase the color opacity 0.6. We'll see it is a little darker, and 0.8, you can see much more darker. And if I say 1, it'll be fully dark. So I'm guessing 0.9, probably little different than this one. 0.5 is the pretty basic one you can start with. So likewise, you can increase the color opacity as you wish. Now I'm moving to histogram horizontal. Plotting the histogram in a horizontal fashion. So plotting dot figure of function, say dat4 variable, and b, I'm passing the first one, plot dot histogram of orientation equal to horizontal value and cumulative equal to true. So if I execute this function, you can see the same histogram is plotted in the horizontal way. So you can see frequency on the x-axis 0 to 1000, and then the y-axis 0 in the median, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 positive, and minus and minus 2 in the negative. Now we're doing histogram multiple. What if you split these into 4 separate histograms and then show the difference in each one? So I'm using color equal to k, and alpha I'm giving the opacity is 0.5, and binning I'm using 50. So if I execute this, you'll see 4 different histograms. It's differentiated between each other. Summary. So we have seen some terminologies, and then histogram basic, histogram stacked, histogram horizontal, and histograms multiple. I hope you enjoyed watching today's session. Thank you.